In a day and age where most popular media is streamed straight to our phones, computers, and TVs, it's never been more convenient to indulge in content whenever we please. As a result, movie theaters seem to become less relevant as the years go by. It doesn't help that many movie studios are beginning to make their content available on their streaming services the same day it's set to debut in theaters. Many people have just become accustomed to traveling as far as their living room and paying a simple bill bundled with streaming services to experience a big budget movie. There's nothing wrong with this, but as an avid moviegoer myself, I can't help but point out that there is something crucially missing when we watch movies at home. You can't deny the nostalgic feeling you get when entering a movie theater. The smell of perfectly popped popcorn, seasoned with salt and butter. I can already feel my lips drying up. Let's not forget that infamous, ugly carpet, designed with a mix of colors that look like they were inspired by moldy crayons, accompanied with wacky patterns that make less sense the more you stare at them. I just love waiting in line for ridiculous prices for candy that literally costs a fraction of the price at a corner store. But hey, that's what gives movie theaters their charm, am I right? All for the sake of the good time.
But come on, Brandon. There has to be something good about the movie theaters.
You're absolutely right, so let's get right into it. For starters, let me talk about their architectural and interior design. Movie theaters, especially the ones in New York City, have such a distinct vibe to them, which is partially due to how they visually represent their love for movies. Of course, some theaters in New York City are more passionate about it than others, and do a better job at displaying that. A great example of this, and a personal favorite of mine, is the overall design of AMC Lincoln Square 13, located in Manhattan, New York. This movie theater contains many unforgettable details that really make it stand out. One of the first things you'll notice is an escalator that goes down into the other auditoriums. But right above it, there's a film strip that illuminates with different colors, and I love it so much because it's just so mesmerizing. Making your way to the main auditoriums, you'll notice that each entrance has a distinct theme to it. They even got giant palm trees that kind of look like soggy pineapples. A couple of other notable mentions include AMC Empire 25, a historic theater first opened in 1912, featuring a spectacular mural depicting Julian Eltinge. I'm just gonna act like I know who the that is. Regal Ewok Stadium 13 in RPX. That was a mouthful. The newer of the two, established in 2006 after being bought by its competitor, AMC. The front of this place just looks grand as hell. I mean, just look at it. It has two pillars on both of its sides. It has a beautiful light pattern. And I mean, just look at this guy. He's holding onto his seat for dear life. If that doesn't make you want to watch a 4DX movie, I don't know what the hell will. It's incredible to see that these two theaters are right across from each other. Many people might feel overwhelmed by the sight of these two big named movie theaters, but not me. I'm an AMC Stubs A-list member and I'm not putting that shit to waste. Many theaters in New York City, very spacious layouts, which makes it perfect for unique movie-themed displays. The most common type of display is the cardboard cutout. These things can range from being perfectly sized for a single person selfie to being so large that you're just gonna wanna drag in every relative you have for that perfect family photo. And let me tell you, these type of displays come in all sorts of forms. There's some that you can spin, pet, and see flail around. It's creative stuff and adds a bit of fun after seeing a movie. One of my favorite type of displays are the movie set wardrobe pieces. These type of displays aren't as common as the others, but that's what makes me feel so drawn to them. It kind of gives off that ooh, ah type of vibe, and it's just so cool whenever you see one. I'm not gonna lie though, sometimes I kind of think to myself, imagine they just took replicas and just put them in these fancy glass boxes just to fool everybody into thinking they're the actual real thing. By now, I know what some of you may be thinking. Well, none of this justifies buying a movie ticket and driving all the way to a movie theater. Well, my response to that is because yes, it is. I'm JK. You know what, you're right. It's super convenient to pause a movie when you have the sudden urge to take a You don't have to worry about sneaking any food or beverages because you got your fridge. There's no worrying about any whiny ass crybabies and annoying ass people lighting up the whole damn room. Nah, you're too busy wielding the power of the remote, rewinding parts you missed, fast forwarding boring dialogue, and most importantly, adding those succulent subtitles that everyone is obsessed with because we don't have sound bars. A lot of people don't know that. I don't know if I'm alone in this, but I'm gonna just say it anyway. Watching movies at home can be distracting at times. times. The fact that I can pause at any given moment creates the snowball effect of, oh I need to use the bathroom, pause. I got a text, pause. I forgot to feed the dog, pause. Holy there's something more interesting on a different media platform, pause. I'm pretty sure you get the idea. Much like remote learning and working, there's a lot of things that happen at home that make it unfavorable to want to do work in that setting. When we think of libraries as places where we can do work, it's because it's quiet, it's because it has books and computers. It's a dedicated place to work and study. Same way goes for movie theaters. Sure, you can watch it at home. With all the that's going on in your house, it'll probably make it kind of annoying. So just plan a trip or to the movie theaters. It's for that reason. Moving on from that, allow me to mention the picture presentation. I own a 4K 55-inch TV equipped with Dolby audio. I'm not gonna lie, though it has all those fancy features, there are times where I watch a movie and simply think, wow, that would have been a blast in theaters. For instance, I saw the movie Dune on HBO Max at home with my girlfriend. The one thing that really impressed us was the world building. We both agreed that it would have been way better to have seen it on the big screen with others, because it would have made it feel more like a grand event. There was so much happening in the movie with such epic looking scenes. It was a shame we chose to watch it on such a smaller screen. The following are some of the best movies I've seen in theaters. Want to know something else that should be seen?
This Hyperloop hoodie by Cuts Clothing. This hoodie is made by French terry cloth, which is comprised of 52% polyester, 42% cotton, and 6% spandex. These materials combined enable this hoodie to be durable, lightweight, stretchy, and soft against your skin. After having worn it for a day, I can confidently say that I can see myself wearing it more often. It's different from the baggy style of clothing that I usually wear, but I'll admit, the fitted style of the Hyperloop hoodie does give me a sleeker look, which I think is nice. What I like the most about this hoodie is that it features a 4-way stretch fabric, which allows for it to retain its shape for a longer time. That means you don't have to worry about ironing it out. No, seriously, do not iron it. It says it on the website. I think the fitted style of this hoodie pairs up nicely with other fitted clothing, which really emphasizes that clean, sleek look. Though honestly, whoever's watching this is probably a better stylist than I am and can find better ways to incorporate this piece into their outfits. If you're not vibing with the color that I'm wearing shown in the video, don't worry, there are so many other earthy colors to choose from, including sage, mountain mist, and heather gray. Speaking of different colorways, I also got this AO Curve Hem Tee in sage. This shirt is made from their PYCA Pro fabric that ensures a tailored fit and super soft texture. It shares all the same features as the hoodie, such as wrinkle resistance. If you'd like to rock this Hyperloop hoodie, AO Curve Hem Tee, or other products by Cuts Clothing, then be sure to purchase your next order using my code SAYMYLASTNAME for a 15% discount, or click on my affiliate link in the description box below. Now, back to your regularly scheduled program. That was really hard to do. Just that alone deserves a like for this video, please. That just took me like 5 takes. I'm not even joking.
The major upside of watching movies in theaters are for the crowd experiences. More often than not, we view movies at home alone. Sometimes we invite people over, and other times we simply screen share it on Discord. We do this because as humans we are social creatures and like to experience things with others. This is why I think watching movies in theaters is the best way to go, because it allows for us to share a spectacle surrounded by like-minded people. I think that some people may see going to the movies as an inconvenience, but the idea of planning and dedicating a day to visit the movies with people we care about is something that I think no one should pass up on. It's a place where you can share a laugh, cry, and get all hyped up in one sitting. And that's a remarkable feeling that will surely be unforgettable. One thing I absolutely love about watching movies, especially in New York City, is the energy that radiates from the crowd. I've been to theaters outside of New York City and have noticed that audiences fail to capture that crowd experience that I've come to know so well. Many of these theaters tend to be tame and quiet, and for some people, that is the ideal movie-going experience. In my opinion, I can only think of how antisocial it is to sit in a room full of people sharing a common interest in a movie and not making a single sound. Sure, it can be interpreted as a sign of respect depending on who you ask, but for me, that's just kind of boring. That would be the reason to just watch a movie at home. As I've stated before, going to the movies is like a grand event, and I don't think you should be afraid to laugh out loud, cry to your heart's content, and shout when something awesome just happened. That's what makes New York City crowds so special, is that People are not afraid to be themselves because they find joy in others sharing how they feel too. It's like you're part of one big, happy family. Sometimes you'll hear people ad-lib throughout a movie, and I know what you're already thinking. Damn, that must be so annoying. This is why I don't go to the movies. But try and keep an open mind, and hear me out. Sometimes when you're watching a really engaging movie, or even a bad movie, there will be a random person in row 14 yelling out funny commentary about shit happening on screen. For instance, if you're watching a horror movie, someone will yell out, "Girl, don't open that door," and gets the whole crowd laughing. Without a doubt, the best aspect of going to the movie theaters, especially here in New York City, is the shared emotion that is felt throughout the audience. I remember going to watch Avengers Infinity War with my friends and having an absolute blast with the crowd seeing our favorite superheroes fight off Thanos. None of us saw it coming when Thanos managed to snap away half of the universe. All you could hear in the audience were children and grown-ass adults gasping at the sight of superheroes turning into space dust one by one. Soon, we all heard Spider-Man say, "I don't feel so good." And at that moment, everyone knew his time had come. As Spider-Man held on for dear life and said, "I don't want to go," to Tony Stark, that's where you could feel the crowd getting choked up and shedding one massive tear. Being in a setting like that, where strangers can share such raw emotion, goes to show why movie theaters are such a special place. The same goes for hype moments in movies. I can't imagine having seen the airport fight scene in Captain America Civil War anywhere else. Witnessing Spider-Man go toe-to-toe with Captain America and hearing them rep their burrow while watching the movie in New York made my little apple thump. The sheer energy that pulsates throughout the auditorium when something cool as hell happens on screen is something you have to experience at least once. These moments include, but are sure as hell not limited to, Thor coming to save the day in Wakanda Avengers Infinity War, when Black Panther walked through the portal, and when Captain America catches Mjolnir, both in Avengers Endgame. These scenes immediately rushed serotonin and dopamine all throughout every crevice of my brain. Overall, nothing beats watching a movie in theaters surrounded by all the people you care about, plus strangers who share the same interests as you. The cheering, the sobbing, the laughing, it all comes together so beautifully and transforms the entire experience into something that feels so alive. You know a movie is good when you see everyone in the audience clapping together as the credits roll. It's a nice gesture to show the movie makers that you enjoyed what was presented to you, which is a wonderful way to close off such a grand event. Even though viewing media at home has become more popular, movie theaters will always be special to me for simply providing an experience that you can't find on any streaming service. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, please leave a like, leave a comment on what you thought of this video, and shout out to all my moviegoers. You guys are the best. Yeah, movie theaters. Yeah, movie theaters.